Well, here is proof that you don't have to be a Ranger for very long. You just have to be classy and impressive in the time that you wear the blue. A standing ovation for Brendan Shanahan back at Madison Square Garden as he has moved on to a new career. A little surprised?
Yeah, I was. It was nice. It was really nice. I wasn't here for very long, but I was proud of the work I did here, and certainly loved it here. It was a great experience, and like I said, I gave everything I had while I was here, and proud of the work I did.
How do you watch this game now, Rangers-Red Wings?
This is my first game as a non-player, so it's a little weird. It's a little awkward. It's in some ways the fact that it's the Rangers and the Red Wings, like maybe two of the most fun places I've played. It's like, just ripping the Band-Aid off all at once.
So what's this new job at the NHL? Business development. It sort of could be a lot of different things. What do you want to look forward to do?
Well, the hockey development, the business development. Obviously, the business development aspect of it right now is going to be a lot more of a learning curve for me, and I'm going to lean on a lot of people and just learn as much as I can about the business of hockey and where it's needed. Just to have a hockey presence in New York, someone who's played under the old rules, under the new rules, wherever I can fit in and help, I'll do the same with the hockey operations department. And I'm in a position right now where I think I can help, but I also have a lot to learn and hopefully make a good impact on the game.
Do you have a role at the Winter Classic, for example?
You know what? I officially have not been to work yet. It starts tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Really?
So that's a question I'll write down and ask.
Okay, well, you have that to look forward to. It's going to be very strange now. This is what they always talk about being so difficult, from being a professional athlete to the transition to what's next. This seems like it was a pretty easy thing for you.
Well, it keeps me in New York. My family, we're New Yorkers now. We live in the city. My kids go to school here. So it's an easy commute for me, get on the subway and get down to work. And but at the same time, like I said, it allows me to stay dedicated and have an impact on the game I love. And hopefully, like I said, I want to be able to do good work. I've got a lot to learn, but at the same time, I think that it's a positive step, and it's one I feel very fortunate to have.
What was that moment like? That moment wherever you were, where you said, "Okay, that's it now. It's over." What was that like? That moment?
I actually came to, in my own mind, it sort of felt peaceful and good. And I leaned on a lot of players that I had played with who had gone through the experience and retired, specifically Steve Yzerman. I said, I made up my mind probably 3 weeks ago to retire. I just can't say it. Mm-hmm. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. Unless you're
wait a minute. Guys do that all the time.
Unless you're Brett Favre, but love the guy. But I didn't want to do that. And he had just said that, when he said it's in you to play, it's in you to compete, it's in you to not give up. When you're losing in the third period, you still feel like you can get a win. And that's the part that was hard to say. I retire, I quit. But then once you do, you move on, and that's exactly how I felt. I felt right after I said it, I felt it was the greatest decision, and I'm ready to move on and be around my family a lot more.
If Gary or Colin Campbell said to you, "Listen, we really have to try and fix this head to the heads thing. It's something that's got to be handled," how would you go about handling it? How would you rule for it? What would you do?
Well, I don't think it's probably an answer I can give in the amount of time you're going to give me here, but I will say that it's something that I've thought a lot about. I do have some ideas, and it's something I will be involved in. And again, like I said, I was just on the ice. I've played against or with probably 99% of the players that are on the ice at this time. I know the speed of the game now with the fact that there's no clutching and grab. I think the equipment's getting too big. I think the shoulder pads are too big. But there's a lot of things we can talk about. I believe players respect each other. Sometimes you might not think it, but I really do believe NHL players want to keep each other safe. The spirit of competition sometimes gets so high. The coaching, finish your check. It's a fast game. I think the players do want safe solutions, and hopefully I'll be able to help in that regard somewhat.
Thanks, Brendan. It's always great to see you.
Okay, good to see you.
That was the longest intermission interview I think we've ever done, so that ought to say something, and that's why you get standing ovations at Madison Square Garden. It's good to know that Brendan Shanahan's a New Yorker, and he's going to be around once in a while here at Madison Square Garden. His first game after retirement, 1-1. He's picked a good one to watch.